welcome back to my channel with Mr. Dev. Today we want to discuss about form of competitive debating. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Mr. Siliwani, who has given the opportunity to me to stand here, and for the audience, today I want to give you a speech about the form of competition debating. Do you know what is debate? Debate is a process that involves formal discussion on a particular topic. In a debate, opposing arguments are put forward to argue for opposing viewpoints. Debate occur in public meetings, academic institutions, legislative assemblies is a formal type of discussion. Often, with a moderator and an audience in addition to the debate participants. Logically consistency, factual accuracy, and some degree of emotional appeal to the audience are elements in debating, where one side often prevails over the other party by presenting a superior context or framework of the issues. Debating is carried out in debating chamber and assemblies of various types to discuss matters and to make resolution about action to be taken, often by voting. Deliberative bodies such as parliaments, democracies register debates and decide on new laws. After we define about what is debate, now I want to tell you about what is a form of competitive debate. There are much form in competitive in debating. For example, Australian, British, parliamentary, Asia, and some of Australia already, impromptu, and the others. Now we want to discuss one by one. Australian style. Debate consists of two teams consisting of three people who debate over an issue that is commonly called a topic proposition. The issue, for example, that cats are better than dogs, or this house, for example. This house would establish a world government. Topic subject may vary from region to region. Most topics, however, are usually region-specific to facilitate interest by both the participants and their audience. Each team has three members, each of whom is named according to their team and speaking position within his or her team. For instance, the second speaker of the affirmative team to speak is called second affirmative team, or second proposition speaker, depending on the terminology used. Each of the speaker position is based around specific role. For example, the third speaker has the opportunity to make a rebuttal toward the opposition team arguments by introduction new evidence to add of their position. The last speaker is called the team advisor or captain. Usually style, the debate is finished with a closing argument by each of the first speaker from its team and new evidence might not be introduced. Each of the six speakers, 3 affirmative and 3 negative, speak in succession to each other, beginning with the affirmative team. The speaking order is as follows: first affirmative, first negative, second affirmative, second negative, third affirmative, and finally third affirmative. Points of information or POI, more commonly known as POI, are often used in Australian and New Zealand secondary school level debating. A point of information or POI is when a member of the team opposing that of the current speaker gets to briefly interrupt the current speaker, offering a POI in the form of a question or a statement. Extemporaneous speaking is a style that involves no planning in advance and two teams with a first and second speaker, while a majority of judges will allow debaters to cite current events and various statistics of which opponent may question the credibility. The only research permits are on one or more articles given to the debaters. Constructive speech followed by a negative, then affirmative and negative second speaker, constructive speech respectively. Each of these speech is 6 in length and is followed by 2 minutes of cross-examination. There is then an affirmative and negative first speaker rebuttal, and a negative and affirmative speaker second speaker rebuttal respectively. The speeches are each of 4 minutes long. No new points can be brought into the debate during the rebuttals. Impromptu debating. It's a relatively informal style of debating when compared to the two other highly structured formats. The topic for the debate is given to the participant between 15 and 20 minutes. Before the debate starts, the debate format is relatively simple. Each team member of each side speaks for 5 minutes. Alternative side, a 10-minute discussion period. Similar to other formats, open cross-examination, time follows, and then a 5-minute break, comparable of to their format preparation time. Following the break, each team gives a 5 minute to rebuttal. The most of very famous style is British parliamentary debating. The British parliamentary debating, or BP, debating style involves 4 teams, 2-2-2-2, government or proposition, one opening, one closing. One team support the motion, and 2 opposition teams, one opening, one closing, oppose it. The closing team of each side must either introduce a new sentence point or expand on a previous point made by the opening team. Inward extension, all whilst agreeing with the opening team yet. One yuping team, so to speak. In a competitive round, the teams are ranked first to fourth, with the first place team receiving 3 points, the second receiving 2, the third receiving 1, and the fourth place receiving no points. This is the style used by World University Debating Competition, or WDC. However, even within the UK, British parliamentary style is not used exclusively. The English-speaking Union, or ESU, runs national championship for both university and school in a unique match format named after the competition, while there are numerous standalone BP competitions hosted by universities and schools across the UK and Ireland throughout the year. Okay guys, this is the end of my speech. Thanks for your attention. And Mr. Lee, who has the opportunity to me to stand here once more. I think that's enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.